Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Bruce here. Welcome to the big show. Today it is Monday, March the 14th, 2022, live from Calgary, Alberta here in Canada. Welcome one, welcome all to this week's show, cruise ship news and other stuff. Nice to have you here. Hope you're doing well out there. Here in Calgary, we are not complaining today. I was complaining last week about the weather, but I'm not complaining today. We are at about, and we hit 55 today. 55. We're only supposed to hit 52. So we got some nice Chinook winds coming through here, melting. Everything is melting all over the place. So this is fantastic. Great to see it happening. Even snow in shade. In the shade, it's melting. So that's a tell. When snow in the shade is melting, it's warming up. We're going to be in the 50-degree range now for about the next week, so that will absolutely eliminate most of the snow in this area here. Unfortunately, the grass is brown; it's not green. The leaves have not yet sprung. It's too soon. That has to happen in the latter part of April into May. But in any event, it is a break, and we're really happy to have it. And we're good now. As far as gas prices go, around here, you want a liter of gas, you're going to pay for regular unleaded will run you about $1.67 a liter in Canadian money. So you multiply that out and do some division and do some calculating with regard to currencies and U.S. gallons and everything else. It's about $4.80 a U.S. gallon around here for gasoline. $4.80 U.S. for a U.S. gallon when it's all said and done. Costco might be a nickel cheaper per liter these days, not as big a savings as usual. Fuel prices have been very jittery the last week. Although I did notice today on the markets, oil settled at $101 in Texas. That's a far cry from 130 to 140 that we had a week and a half ago. We've backed off. So hopefully we calm down into those mid 90s, low 90s again, and that'll bring gas in the U.S. under four back into the lower threes, mid threes. We'll see. Time will tell. Anyway, welcome one, welcome all. Wes Morrison is in the house. Hello, everybody. 82 in New Braunfels, Texas right now. Gas, $3.89, $1 less than I'm paying, I'll tell you that. Ken Kureka, welcome, Ken and Janet. Good evening, Bruce and all from Janet and Ken. The temperature is 35 degrees in Michigan, Saginaw, Michigan. Gas is $3.23. That's a good deal. Gas $3.23. Wow. Jeannie, hello, Bruce and Tila Beers. Bill and Jeannie are here for the big show from East Tennessee. Welcome, you guys. Sharon is here. Long time no see, as always. Ken, oh, well, I have a new iPad 9. I've not mastered the keypad yet. We're number 3. Thank you for being thumbs ups number 3. If you can hit that thumbs up button for us, let us know what number you are. That'll help keep track how many thumbs ups we're getting tonight. That iPad 9, these new iPads are beautiful. Jennifer, I gave her one for Christmas, and she loves it. It's just fantastic. Tim, greetings from a rainy Seattle. An atmospheric river is due shortly. Looking forward to cruise news, and thanks for other great sponsor member show, Tim. Thank you, for, as always, being a sponsor member of this channel. Love you, man. Thank you. Robert, hello all. Bob from Waterbury, Connecticut. Hello from Waterbury. Tom, hello, everybody. Gas $4.19 in Richmond today, a bit down from the weekend. Ms. M, hello all from a rainy Maple Ridge, British Columbia. Gas is $2.10 a liter. Hey, Bruce, how's it going where you are? Oh, my gosh. $2.10 a liter. That's $7.40. plus 37 cents. That's $7.77 Canadian for an American gallon. And that's about $6 a gallon, at least. $6 a gallon US for a US gallon. Oh my God. Okay. $4.23 a gallon, says Ken. Sharon, I think I'm number 6 in the thumbs up department. One of the first 6 in any event. Beautiful stuff, everybody. Ms. M, I'm number 8. Thumbs ups. Thank you, guys. Stephen, temperature 59 degrees. Snow's melting. Spring may be here. Gas is $3.78 a gallon in Northwest Arkansas. Wearing my Traveling with Bruce cap for good mojo. Number 6 on the like button. Right on, Stephen. Thank you for being here. Ken, it's the daylight savings time change. That's what it is. That's what it is. Kurt is here. Good morning from Belgium. It's 1 a.m. 45 days till our Allure of the Seas Southern Caribbean cruise. 87 days till our Vision of the Seas Western and Mediterranean cruise paid by FCC. Gas is record high, 228 euros per liter. Oh my God, that is like $2.50 American a liter, 250 American a liter. Let's just play that game. I'll tell you how much that is. $9.25 a gallon American. Yikes. Billy J, I'm traveling with Bruce. Hello, Bruce. I'm from Pensacola, Florida. Billy J, welcome, buddy. Nice to have you here tonight. Hello, everybody. Nathan, I'm number 6, Bruce. I'm your number 6 thumbs ups. Thank you, buddy. Donnell, hi all. I'm number 20. Donnell is here from Cork, Ireland. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you here. Kimberly, greetings, Bruce. I paid $4.39 per gallon today. We had 4 degrees Saturday night, and today it's 58 degrees. Oh, man, if things turn around. Nikki, greetings from Jacksonville. It's 63 degrees here now. We were out yesterday, and the cheapest gas we saw, $4.29. Space Force Cooks, a thumbs up. Number 20, boarding the Carnival Pride this weekend. Any carnival tips? Oh, well, you got to go to the Guy's Burger stand. That you have to do that. I don't know if you have the Guy's barbecue or not, but if you do, you got to go in there. And I think, if I recall, if you utilize that restaurant for lunch, there's no extra charge. But if you utilize that restaurant in the evenings, you pay a fee for that. It might be $10, $15 per person. So you may want to use it for lunch and Guy's Burger for dinner. Keep an eye on that. Check it out. Kevin Chapman, the author, is here. Greetings, Uncle Bruce, proud owner of a 45-foot yacht in my new book. Spring today in central New Jersey, but gas $4.25 a gallon. Oh man, these prices are something for Americans. Benway 23, thank you for your work. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Ann Rogers. Hi, Bruce. Ann and Brent Rogers, number 5 and 7 from Ancaster, Ontario. Gas is 174.9 a liter. Temperatures 8 degrees Celsius. Let me ask you a question, Ann. You're in Ancaster. I have a suspicion that you are in Mennonite country. Wouldn't you be in Mennonite country? And if you are you able to buy authentic Mennonite sausage in that region? I'm just kind of curious about that. Let me know. Connie, Severino. Hi, Connie. I paid $3.79 a gallon. That's a good price nowadays. It really is. Nathan, gas around $4.15 here in Nashville. The high temperature was 62 degrees. 397 days until I do a 14-day transatlantic Norwegian getaway. Wow. The getaway's on a sandbar right now. Did you know that? She's stuck on a sandbar. Sylvia is here. I'm number 30. Hi, Bruce. Welcome, Sylvia. Now, my thumbs up number 30 is in the house. Tom Henry, Tim Bowman. We booked the Kimpton Hotel near the port for 2 nights pre-cruise, October 23. Do you know anything about that hotel? Very good. Hi, Sylvia from Tom. Sharon, 123 days until we're on the Oasis of the Seas. Fingers crossed that we actually get to sail on this year. Please, let's have it happen, please. Last year, we got to T-minus 2 weeks before the cruise was canceled. So hopefully it's going to happen. Larry Blake, I'm number 34 on the thumbs up meter, buddy. Right on, Larry. Thanks, man. Sylvia, Tom Henry, typing on my phone today. Jeff Gunter, number 36 thumbs ups. Thank you, buddy. Tom Henry, Sharon, we are doing a back-to-back to your favorite island, June 24 and July the 1st. Donnell, did I miss the sponsor show? It's 12:07 here. Gas here is all the way down to 185 a liter euros, but rising. Oh my God. Yes, Donnell, we changed our clocks and we sprung ahead an hour. So you're joining me on what you thought was the sponsor member show, and you're actually here for the big show because the sponsor member show has already been on. Yep, we sprung ahead on you. Sharon, Tom Henry, nice. I haven't been to Bermuda since February 2020. Sylvia, Tom Henry, hi there. Tom Henry, Donnell. Yes, you missed our time change to daylight yesterday. You're only 4 hours ahead of us now, so there you go. Welcome, Donnell, to this show. I'm glad you at least made this one. But for you, we start an hour earlier now. That's a good thing, not an hour later. So maybe that make it easier next week to join us. Fantastic. Sharon, Donnell, yes, it was an hour ago. We just went to daylight savings time this past weekend. Tom Henry, traveling with Bruce, not the getaway. Escape. The escape is stuck. The Norwegian escape is stuck. Oh, gosh, Nathan, I did not know that, says Nathan. Kimberly, 38, 39, 40, they happen so fast. Sharon, you're up to 41 thumbs ups now. Tom Seaver number, there you go. That's a good number. Ann Rogers, sorry, Bruce, we're not in the Mennonite country. We're part of Hamilton. We're about an hour from Elmira and St. Jake's. I used to call St. Jacob St. Jake's. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, I remember. We were in Kitchener-Waterloo. That's where I used to live, Kitchener-Waterloo, Ontario. And so we were surrounded by all the Mennonites and the Mennonite sausage. Oh my gosh, so good. Kirk Brunson's YouTube and Facebook channel. Hey, Bruce, 133 days away from my Carnival Magic cruise on my late mother's birthday, July 26. Right on, buddy. That's going to be great. Stephen, Royal Gazette Bermuda reported yesterday Crystal Cruises was left to fend for itself after its parent company sought court protection in Bermuda. The luxury line's former president has disclosed, apparently. Rocky, hi, Bruce. High temperature was 59 today. It's 47 now in Southern Virginia. Temperature tomorrow is supposed to be 70 or so. Gas 414, that's going to be a lot easier to take. Lee Share is here, 12. Boca Raton, 77 degrees, 439 a gallon. Right on, Lee. Thank you for being here and letting us in on what's going on down there. Sylvia, Ann Rogers, Elmira, New York, maybe? Kimberly, are you home, Bruce? We are in a house that a friend of mine owns. We are we're house sitting a home here in Calgary that has upstairs. It's got it's got 4 bedrooms upstairs with the master suite and its ensuite bathroom. And then on the main floor where I'm in the office, and Jennifer is in the great room, the family room with the kitchen behind it and a little dining nook. And then there's a dining table, the living room, and then there's the front foyer. And it's just so darn nice. And then the basement, fully developed basement with a giant TV screen, recliners, 2 reclining love seats down there, and a pool table. And we got a 2-car garage, and we're house sitting for nothing. We're not being paid to do it, but we're not paying to do it either. It's a sweet deal. Gotta tell you right now, pretty nice place. I did put together, I did try to take a little video, and I don't know if I can show you this. I think I can. Hang on a second. If I make this happen, look here's a little video of the foyer that we're in right here. I hope you can see this okay. There's the top of the door there. I'm trying to hold this chandelier there. I'm trying to hold this straight. And then there's the grand staircase up there. And then if you come down the grand staircase, this is coming down right here, okay? And then you're back into the foyer. And then you walk with me over here on the wooden floor, and you walk through here. And here is the office. That's where I am right here. I'm inside these French double doors. And here I am. I'm on that seat right there, the one with the pad on it. I'm sitting on that baby. And there's my computer, and that's what I'm looking at right now. That's a glimpse of the inside of this place, and that's just 1/10 of this place. What a joint this place is! I'll tell you that right now. That is pretty cool bean stuff. So we're not home, no, but we're in our friend's house, and they're down south in Phoenix, enjoying the winter, and we're not enjoying the winter. But we're saying goodbye to the winter here because we've already been down south for the winter. So that's what's going on. Done now. Tom and Sharon and Bruce, I'll catch up with the sponsor show tomorrow afternoon when it's uploaded. Right on, buddy. And Celebrity Equinox had mechanical issues over the weekend. Oh my God. And no, it's Elmira, Ontario. That's right. Elmira is Mennonite country. That's true. Sylvia, Kimberly, man dog, Bruce doesn't have a home. Laughing out, I'm homeless. That's true. Tom Henry, oh no, I don't. We're booked one night at Bed Bites and Business and one night at the SS Rotterdam to experience a classic steamship. So he's not familiar with that hotel you're referring to. Kimberly, what's that? Bruce sold his home and is now homeless. That's right. Jennifer and I, we're homeless. We're completely homeless. Larry, on the Gateway, April 17th to Bermuda, right on the getaway. Kimberly, I remember now the Fancy Friends house. That's right, the Fancy Friends house. Steamer, High Big B gas in Sandy Bay, Saskatchewan is $1.69 a liter, just like us. We're 167. We're about the same, buddy. We're about the same. It's insane. Tim Bowman, don't know that I would book a place called Bed Bites. Sounds buggy. Ms. M, don't forget about your cruise survey. Oh, that's right. Thank you for reminding me. I have a poll question going on right now, and so far 38 of you have decided to answer the question. Now, I invite you to take this poll question. Let me know what you think about this. Between now and the end of this year, I will take just one cruise, or the other option is more than one cruise. So I've got 55% of you saying we're just taking one cruise this year, and 45% of you are saying taking more than one cruise this year. So 38 votes are in. Make sure you answer that poll question. Let me know. Kind of curious what your thoughts are on that. We have 46 thumbs ups now. Thank you, everybody, for the support, getting us thumbs ups started really nicely today. Thank you all. And Ms. M, thank you for reminding me about that poll question. Hit that poll question, you guys. Tim Bowman, Donnell, the announcement about the sponsor member show came out just before the show started. See you next week. And this is all my fault. I was busy today with a couple of things, and I loaded up the shows and got them created, but I forgot to put out the announcements. And about 5 minutes before the first show started, I went, Bruce, you could kind of put up the alert that you're on the air, So I put it up and some folks missed it. That's all on me. Sandy, good evening, Bruce and TWB family. Snow almost gone here. It's almost gone here in Medicine Hat, Alberta. Great place you are looking after. Right on. Yeah, it is super, super nice. Tim Bowman, Tom Henry, we're adventuresome here. Donnell, short week in Ireland this week. It's St. Paddy's Day on Thursday, and Friday is also a public holiday, so we'll have a 4-day weekend. Way to go, pal. Thanks, Tim. See you early next week. Connie, one Alaskan cruise is what I'm doing. Right on. Tom, Bruce missed the normal Card Sharks game show question. The missing part is less than one cruise. Well, there's less than one, of course. I mean, if you're not taking any, you're not going to even respond to the quiz, obviously. But what can I say? The question is out there, and let me know if you can. We now have 43 votes in. 51% are saying just taking one cruise this year, and 49% more than one cruise. It's almost 50-50 for more than one. That's pretty cool bean stuff. 48 thumbs ups and counting. They're coming in. Thank you, everybody, for letting me know what thumbs up number are you guys. Now, on the cruise news, Tom mentioned it earlier on the other show that the Escape cannot escape a sandbar. The Norwegian Escape is on a sandbar, and is that Dominican Republic, Tom? Did you tell me that? I forgot exactly where that is. I tried to look up any kind of announcement. I couldn't find anything on it, so you found it somehow. Way to go on that one. But other news that I've come up with today, sad news, a 31-year-old gentleman has jumped off the Norwegian breakaway ship, and that was on March the 11th near Costa Maya and has not been recovered. Nobody recovered. 3 days ago, doesn't look good. In Australia, big news in Australia. Tom is saying, yeah, Dominican Republic, Bruce, you got it. Kimberly, gotta go. Google Escape. Take care. Donnell, yes, please. Some cruise news. Tom Henry, Porto Plata, just yards off the dock. Oh my God. Australia, the big news. The cruise ban is lifted. They're going to be lifting it for April 17th this year. They're going to start cruise ships. Australia, they're going to allow them to cruise. So now we'll wait and find out which cruise lines announce what and how and which and what and where. So there's some big news finally after 2 years, no cruising Australia. Bruce, are you going to play the top 10 again like in the past? Are you going to play the top 10 like you did in the past? The top 10. I'm trying to remember what did I used to do the top 10. I'm trying to remember about that, but that would have been maybe some trivia questions, something like that. Kimberly, I'm still listening to you while Googling. Right on, Kimberly. Tom, that jumper was witnessed by a poster. He apparently climbed the shower in the H2O on deck 17 or 18 and jumped. He went and he did it. Oh my God. Eddie, CDC lowered cruises to level 2 from level 3. Hopefully that will do away with the vaccine requirements to board. Interesting, interesting. I know that if you want to come to Canada, you have to be fully vaccinated on a cruise ship. That much I do know, and I believe that vaccinations are required for most Caribbean stops and European stops. So even if the CDC lowered it, that won't help you because the ships all have to go to an international port. Now, if Bahamas drops it, then you can do it. But a lot of people are insisting vaccinations. Just so you know. Now, other news: Virgin, the Virgin Cruise Line. This I found interesting. The ship called the Valiant Lady, which is the second ship. The first one was Scarlet Lady. The second one was Valiant Lady. They canceled 3 cruises, just almost last minute sailings. They canceled it. They canceled April the 4th, an 11-night cruise. They canceled April the 15th, a 3-night cruise. And they've canceled April the 18th, another 11-night cruise. Sent emails out to everybody saying, sorry, sorry, sorry. We have to cancel your cruise. However, you can book any cruise you want, equal value for the rest of this year instead. Just let us know. We're sorry about this. Apparently, the story goes that a U.S. television network has chartered the entire ship for filming. Now, is it possible that an episode or two, like a part 1, part 2 episode of some kind of television series is being filmed on board the ship, and they're going to be on it for like a month because this is 25 days of cruises gone. So has this ship been booked for 25 days by a television network at big money, where you can imagine to do this, you've got to bring up transport trucks full of lighting equipment, sound equipment, cameras, cable, makeup room stuff. Although you don't need the rooms, you need the equipment. Just think about the logistics of bringing on board the equipment you need to film some kind of a. It might be some kind of a series of some kind, like a murder mystery show or something like that, with the actors, of course, and the stage hands, the props. I mean, this is a big deal, and you've got to. I can see how the ship could be, utilized where certain parts of the ship will be filmed on, certain parts of the ship will be lived on, certain parts of the ship will be equipment stored on, but no passengers. Simply taking over the whole thing so that everything is secure. You have a minimal crew. Let's say you have your operational crew, and then you have your servicing crew, and then you've got you have a working production. But gosh, I got to figure that if it's 2 1-hour shows, just for example, I can envision like a 2 1-hour murder mystery show being done, um, where you're filming 2 40-minute segments with 20 minutes of commercial per, right? Those 20 minutes of commercials on each episode pays for the whole thing. The cost of the entire ship for probably a month, and all the meals, and I mean everything to have a Virgin walk away from 3 cruises of passengers and all the gambling they'd be doing and the drinking. And you think about that. If they had 1,500 people on each of those voyages, they just said goodbye to 4,500 passengers for a television show for this time frame. I mean, that has got to be some serious money that this network is putting up for this charter. I was really it really caught my fascination by this, because I know that there are cruises available where you can do a 1 week charter. For example, you'll have like a rock and roll party for the week. And they've had all kinds of themed cruises over the years, the Star Trek cruises, Star Wars cruises, and on and on it goes, from PG rated and all the way up to triple X rated. And some of these ships, they're capable of holding 2,000, 2,500 people, and they are packed to the rafters in the old days. I can see where you do a 1 week, take over the ship charter thing, and you just overrun it. But here, I kind of get the impression that there might only be 200 or 300 people on the entire ship for the entire production. If that, it might only be 150 people for the entire production number. But you can imagine that all the cameramen, all the lighting people, all the support staff, script writers, production people, producers, directors, writers, studio executives, the actors, makeup, it might be 200 or 300 people that all have to be housed, fed. They have to have some time off, a little here and there under union rules. Then you got to, you're not going to have every event going on the ship like you would if it were a normal cruise, although you would stage some events, I'm sure. And you'd also have either the real crew on camera, or you would have fake actors crew. So how many actors are they bringing on board? Are they bringing 40, 50, 100 actors, 200 actors? Are they doing a lot of crowd scenes in restaurants, bars, and they need a whole bunch of background people? Maybe a whole bunch of relatives of these production crew people, and the actors' own families and friends and brothers-in-laws and sister-in-laws, and who knows what, are all taking this thing for a cruise, and they're going to be on camera. Who knows? I don't know. That I found that to be a most interesting a news release today when I caught it. Far more, it caught my imagination a lot more than sailing in Australia again. Of course, Canada announced last week that it was opening up, as I'd mentioned already. So Alaska cruising is back, maritime cruising is back, and of course, very shortly, you'll have all the cruise lines announcing next year's Alaska cruises and next year's fall cruises into Canada, Quebec, and so on. So all that will show up on your, through your travel agents or through your apps in the not too distant future, as cruise lines begin to commit ships to certain itineraries going forward. So lots to follow there. I can't find anything about the escape. Did this just happen? Apparently it did. Tom, I saw news that China is entering a high infection rate and is locking down cities. Round and around this goes. It is true, Tom. The actual one of the cities that has been shut down, it's 20 million people. Can you imagine shutting a city down of 20 million people? This city is apparently where Apple gets a lot of their products manufactured, and they're shutting the factories completely down. Shut down, minimum 1 week. So this could be impactful. Donnell, St. Paddy's Day. Aren't you in County Cork? I thought it was either St. Patrick's or St. Paddy's Day. Eddie, perhaps we don't need to test before boarding. That would take the stress before going on the ship. Tom Henry, Kimberly, escape was due to depart at 4 p.m. So I would say it was a few hours ago. It was well posted in several of the Norwegian Facebook groups. Ms. M, trivia questions. Yes, trivia questions. Eddie, bet it is a Big Brother show. I bet it's a Big Brother show. Maybe it is. Maybe it's one of those. Tom Henry, there are some videos posted in the Friendly Norwegian Cruisers group as well of the ship stuck. Nikki, are they going to film Kevin's book? See, now there you go. You see, there's an episode right there on the cruise ship. Kevin's book, exactly. Donnell, hi Rocky. I know I was thinking of the U.S. viewers and speaking your lingo. And celebrity have stated ages 5 and up have to be fully vaccinated as of February the 15th for the U.S. So there you have it. Interesting. Wes Morrison, I'm talking to I am taking to cruises LA. I'm taking cruises LA to Vancouver in April. Then in October, we're booked on a river cruise in October from Amsterdam to Budapest. I'm hoping the war in Ukraine improves. I hear you there, my friend. Man, oh man, what a sad time over there. Kimberly, a Love Boat reboot. How about a Love Boat reboot episode? How about something like that? A special 1.5 hour Love Boat 2022. Kevin can write that show. He can write that show. You got that right, Louise. Hey, Bruce, Jerry watches a cruising show below deck while I listen to you. He thinks you talk a lot for some reason. That's kind of interesting. Where would he get something like that from? I don't understand where you would think I'd be talking a lot. Because if I don't speak, there's so much else you can listen to. Listen. See, there's so much going on. I mean, I'm a bit confused. Tim, 4,500 passengers say $200 a day, 900,000 a day revenue loss. Big numbers, yeah. Now, of course, Tim, 4,500 passengers, not on the Valiant Lady. I think the Valiant Lady is about 2,200. But if it was 2,000 passengers a day, that's $400,000 plus casino and the bar and massages and all the other add-ons, and the excursions, and yeah, we're talking serious dough here. Now you take away the cost of the food that you have to provide, you don't clear 400,000 a day. You'll net out a number, but still, only having 3 or 4 or 500 people on board the ship. It's cheaper to run it, but yeah, I gotta imagine it's serious money. Tom, the Communist Party has fired a couple of the city mayors. I guess it's their fault the spread arrives in their cities. Yes, that's right. The mayors of these cities in China get fired because coronavirus showed up. Yeah, that's who you fire, because you don't fire the Communist Party. They're never at fault. It's always somebody else. Gavin, if they were filming Lethal Voyage, you would already know about it. I only wish, exactly. That should be a full-length movie done on a cruise ship. It's exactly what it is. I agree. You should have a whole bunch of TWB people as background people on that for sure. Yeah. Oh, my God. Rocky, Wes, I took that Amsterdam-Budapest cruise 5 years ago on Viking, and it was one of my most enjoyable cruises, maybe the most enjoyable cruise. Right on, Louise. You have a show, so you need to talk. Of course. Well, I gotta speak. I mean, I'm the only one here. Nikki, Kevin, you better let us know when that happens. Oh, I'm sure he will. Robert, hi, Bruce from Mild Boston. Going to Bermuda in July on the Norwegian Gem. When is your next cruise? I don't know. I was explaining to everybody on the membership show, the sponsor member show. I was explaining to everybody the situation that Jennifer and I are finding ourselves right now. We're in Calgary. We're in this big, beautiful house. We're committed to stay here until about the 10th of May or so, roughly. And we had been talking about the idea of a European trip after that. And in that discussion, again, just very loose, we're not sure, no plans, nothing nailed down yet, but we got to nail something down. We were thinking maybe we'll do a cruise or 2 or 3 in Europe. But then Ukraine happened. And that's one little issue that we are wondering about, but not too much. But it's there. But something else is going on, and what's happening is life sometimes gets in the way of your best laid plans. And what's starting to happen here is ever since Jen and I have been together, even in her 30s, she's always had a wonky hip, always had a wonky hip, but it's always manageable. And she used to get physio treatments on it back in her 30s and 40s, and when she became a mom, and then we had Jennifer Jr., and she would occasionally get treatment, and then she'd be okay for a while, and then it would hurt for a while. But over the years, slowly but surely, the hip is getting worse and worse and worse. Now, in the last year or so, Jennifer's hip has begun to bother her more and more. And so, if we hadn't had COVID, it would be likely that Jennifer would have already had a hip replacement operation here in Alberta. But of course, we all know what was going on with COVID 2 years ago. And a little over 2 years ago, it wasn't necessary that she needed an operation at that time. But in the last year and a half, it has become apparent that we have to deal with it. And so now we're here, and she's in the health system again. And she has an appointment this Thursday for a doctor, just a doctor's checkup. But at that point, she will be sent to x-rays, and then she'll be sent to a specialist. This is the beginning of the beginning, and we don't know how long this will take to get to the next level, to ultimately get her a new hip. But we know it has to happen. We know it has to be done. And Jennifer is not keen right now on, one, she doesn't want to be in big crowds because of the COVID thing, doesn't want that. And number two, she doesn't want to get on a cruise ship so much because of the movement and so on. And so we're trying to, quote, travel as comfortably as possible. Is that the right way to say it? We were okay in California because we were in our condo there. We took a golf cart to the pool area, and Jennifer only had to walk, 150 feet to the hot tub, get into that whirlpool with the bubbles, and that's treatment. That is treatment, and it's just great. But we don't have that here. And we're thinking now that what might happen for our own little trip is that our next trip will be a European trip, as we had hoped it would be. But it's likely that we probably won't be on a cruise in Europe this time around. It is likely we're going to do kind of what Jennifer, I asked her, I said, with the hip you're at, with what you have, if we go to London in the UK, I can get a wheelchair. I mean, we can get you a wheelchair. We can get you a powered wheelchair. I'll rent one. We'll rent you one of those powered scooters. We'll figure out a way. So you'll be mobile. If we go to the Museum of London, the UK War Museum or whatever, there's, millions of square feet of museum to see. You'll be on wheels and you won't be walking. So that'll be fun. She'd like to do UK. She would like to do Amsterdam, flat. And I would like to do Switzerland, which of course is alpine, but we're not hikers. I'd like to do Switzerland, and I would like to take some cable car rides and some of these beautiful alpine views. And I'd like to take some train rides in Switzerland to see some of these phenomenal places. And I would like to visit some spas in Switzerland for treatment as well, being 66 years old. Absolutely. So we're thinking of something like that as a master plan, but we haven't put anything together yet. I'm only just researching it now. But we will fly out of here in the mid part of May and likely return here towards the end of June or into July. And then we'll spend July and August here, in the perfect time of year, July, August, September. But all of that is up to the doctor, because we find out on Thursday when we can get her into a specialist. The specialist will tell us what the timing is from there. And then we know what we can and cannot do, and when we must be here and when we will not be here, and so on and so on and so on. So there's a lot of moving parts right now that we're contending with. We're trying to figure out how this is all going to fit, not fit, work, not work. And we'll keep you posted. That's all. That's all I can tell you. So there's a lot going on here. I would watch Lethal Voyage if they filmed it. I hear you, Stephen. So would I. Kevin Chapman, we could all be extras. Laugh out loud. That's right. Tom Henry West, I am thinking that Viking River Cruise sounds very familiar. Robert Brandt and the twins laughing out loud. Tom, I heard that Virgin has canceled several cruises on its new Valiant Lady. Rumors of film crew, maybe Kevin's book, is being filmed there. You're way ahead of us. Andrew Cabot, Bruce and Jen. Tom, ship charter for the first several trips. Very strange way to treat the passengers booked. I know. Big money, I think. Donnell, you reckon, Tom, laugh out loud. Louise, my parents did a river cruise. They mentioned all the walking they had to do, and there's the problem for us. We can't walk a lot together, and there's the problem. Ms. M, chances Jennifer will need an MRI. Hope it all works out well and quickly. There you go. Donnell, my sister who lives next door adopted a dog last week. He's a retired three-legged greyhound called Champ. He's a lovely, laid-back, friendly chap. There you go. Sylvia, that is why I stay swimming a lot to keep those joints moving comfortable. And then I like to get into that hot tub. There you go. Right on, Sylvia. Louise, I told my parents that I could give them cruising advice and ideas. They said no, that they trusted their travel agent. They had a terrible experience. How about that, Donnell? They should have accepted your offer, Louise. Exactly. Louise, the travel agent didn't help them. Oh my gosh, Ms. M. Yes, Bruce, you love the spas, especially on ships. I do. And loving spas in Switzerland, I don't think it's going to be a problem. I think that's going to be an easy peasy thing. And of course, Jennifer will have no trouble enjoying the spas either, because the spas are designed for those of us who need help getting in and out of these and getting treatment and massages. And yeah, exactly. So we're going to see how this goes. Nathan, out of curiosity, how much will a surgery like that going to cost out of pocket with the health care the Canadian citizens have? Or will anything have to be paid? Absolutely zip. Nothing. Zero charge. Now, the problem, of course, has been to answer this question a little more fairly for you Americans out there who are curious and everywhere else. Prior to COVID, if this was 2018, 2019, Jennifer would have gone to her doctor. She would have been referred to a specialist. They would have had a massage, X-rays, MRIs, all of that stuff. It would quickly become apparent just on X-rays what we're dealing with here, and so the MRIs would be done for detailed measurements. She'd be on the waiting list to get into surgery, and it would be 6 months to a year from the beginning until surgery, and then after that is post-surgical physio, getting your movement back and all that stuff. So it's an ordeal. It's a serious thing. Now we've had COVID, and we haven't had any elective surgeries in this province for 2 years. And so the list of people waiting for hip operations is a lot longer. Jennifer didn't need to be in hip surgery 2 years ago. It's now flared up in the last 6 months to a year. It is now kind of has to be done. So here we go into the system, into the lineup now. The good news, there's good news in where we are located in Alberta, Canada, Calgary. This is oil and gas country. This is the home of the Canadian oil and gas business here in Calgary. The province of Alberta is the oil and gas province of Canada. And so 2 years ago, the province ran a deficit of $13 billion for the year. They borrowed that money to keep everything running. The year we just finished, we ended up with a $3 billion deficit because of rising prices. And now the year we're in, the oil and gas prices have continued to surge. They're expecting, they call it a $500 million surplus. We all know that is bunk. It's going to be a $10 billion surplus, which wipes out last year's $3 billion and adds $7 billion against the $13 billion we borrowed. We are quickly paying off debts. Okay. The government has come out and said we are aware of cataract surgery backups. We are aware of kidney operations. We are aware of how long the list is for cancer treatment, for hip operations, for knee replacements. On and on it goes. I mean, it's massive. It's a huge list. We know that in Alberta. We've been not doing any elective surgeries for 2 years. We have increased the budget of the health budget. It's 800 million this year and 600 million more next year ongoing. So it's a $1.4 billion increase for 4.5 million people in this whole province, or maybe 4 million in the whole province. So we're going to find out, Jennifer and I, we hope a hint on Thursday, but likely once she can see the specialist. We don't know how long that'll take, but the specialist will be able to say, I can tell you how long you're going to wait. And then we know going forward what we're dealing with time-wise. So there's where this is all up in the air right now. So we do believe there'll be a 1-year waiting list. We do expect that, but we could be surprised because additional non-government-owned health facilities will now be contracted by the government for elective surgery to bring the lists down. Now the question is, well, for hip operations, how is that going to work out? Can it be that the list, can they treat triple the number of people now per month than before because of the increased funding? Is it double, triple, quadruple? How quick, and how long is the list? So I've got questions. We have a lot of questions. We're hoping for answers, and we'll find out soon. And that will tell us here at TWB. It's going to tell Jennifer and I what we're doing, when we're doing, and where we're doing what we're going to do. And so there's the life of a homeless nomad and his wife that need a hip operation. And we're just kind of going, whatever, we'll deal with it. We always do deal with it. We'll figure it out. It'll be all right. And we'll see what's happening. So there's the deal. But it's no cost. It's all included in the healthcare expense. Now, we will have expenses. You do, if you need medication for pain management afterward, you will pay a percentage of that, maybe 20% of that. Physio, there will be so many treatments automatically included, and then it's a matter of needs and complications and stuff. But there'll be some expenses. But I mean, it's the operation itself is completely covered, the MRI and all that. So we'll see what happens. Hi, Sylvia. Hope you're well in every way, says Donnell. Donnell, hi there, Donnell. Hi, today was 65 degrees and sunny. Very nice. How are you doing? Brandon, hi, Bruce. What is your next cruise? I wish I could tell you. Kimberly, the definition of elective surgery is what makes it so complicated. Donnell, Sylvia, keeping well. Sylvia just started a 10-week warehouse operative course last week. Forklift sessions are soon coming up. Kimberly, does elective mean not necessary? Please send Jen our very best wishes. And she's fine. She's great. Alberta, by the way, the province of Alberta is, and the government of the country of Canada, actually, the country of Canada has legalized cannabis. And up until that legalization, Jennifer was using Advils and Tylenol pills to stop with the pain. But now with cannabis, she uses cannabis oil. She just has a dropper and she drops so many drops on her tongue, I think twice a day. And then she now has acquired a cream. It's like a gel. You just rub it on the point where it hurts the most for joint pain. Miraculous. It is truly miraculous. She swears by it, and It's not psychological. She actually can walk around the house and feel a lot better. And so the good news is Alberta, and the good news is California, and the good news is Arizona now, I believe, allows medical cannabis sales. And in California, she was allowed to buy whatever cannabis she wanted, whatever product she wanted. So she was buying a cream down there she really liked. It was really positively effective. And then she had her drops. And the folks in the dispensaries really know their stuff. They are well trained, and so she does not utilize any of these painkillers anymore. She doesn't have to take Advils, doesn't have to take Aleve. She doesn't have to take any of these pills, which is great. So yeah, using this instead, she sleeps well, she eats well, she feels fine, but she's got this wonky hip that's got to be looked after, and that's all there is to it. It's just the way it is. You remember Bo Jackson, the football player? There's Bo Jackson. Well, then there's Jennifer. She's like Bo Jackson. She's got to get taken care of, and that's the end of that. Donnell, that's great. A lot of people want to learn how to work a forklift. Kimberly, Sylvia, elective if necessary. That's a challenge from the U.S. here, though. Donnell, sorry to hear about your Jen's health concerns. Not a problem. Brittany, hi Bruce. I'm sorry I'm late. Welcome, Brittany Anderson. Tom and Brittany, did you bring those sodas you were drinking to share with us? Never heard of that brand, by the way. Brittany, here in my foot, as of my last set of X-rays, appears to be fully healed. Beautiful news, Brittany. Congratulations. We're so happy. Kimberly, here in Washington State, legal, however, crazy taxes. Ms. M, Advil, and others are hard on the kidneys. Exactly. And this is what Jennifer was worried about. But the good news is, I think it's 2 years ago, Canada legalized everything about 2 years ago here. It's not a big issue here. It's not even a topic of discussion. There's no controversy about it. And you go to a dispensary here, and they're very discreet, and the people that use them the most are 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s. The old hippies, the kids from the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, they're the ones getting the majority of it, but the young too. It's no big deal. If you're over 21, you're good to go. Brittany, got one in hand, Tom. Got a soda in hand right now. So anyway, that's the story there. So we're actually excited in a positive way. We're not depressed. We're not down about it. We're actually pleased that we're making progress now. We can move forward, because in Creston, British Columbia, we couldn't get a family doctor there. There were no family doctors available taking patients. And so Jennifer couldn't even get into the first step of the process. She would have had to gone to the hospital, got into the emergency ward, and tried to get to a specialist that way. It's very complicated. And then we would have several hours of driving to get to the nearest specialist, because there wasn't one in Creston, and there were no surgeries done in Creston for this kind of work. And everything was halted anyway. So here in town, in Calgary, it's one-stop shopping. It's one city, all taken care of in this city for pre-surgical and post-surgery. It's all taken care of here. So that's going to make it a lot better. So there you go. All right. Bruce, did you talk about the lowering of CDC cruises from level 2 to level 3 to 2? I didn't mention it. Once someone else did mention it, and I quickly put in my 2 bits worth. But yes, it's from level 3 to level 2 now. I don't have the gory details for you, though, on that. That's probably something I'll talk about next time. Brendan, Tom, I have tried 5 of the flavors. Now, Louise, cooking takes lots of steps here and there. Now I understand why you guys like to keep it simple. I bounce in my small kitchen for hours. Gabriel, hey, Bruce, do you know if tests are required when getting off of a cruise at Bermuda? I'm not sure if tests are required prior to, and if it's good enough, you can get off the ship. I know Canada needed a 72-hour thing. You had to be tested before you got on the ship, and you had to be 72 hours or more recent than that to get off ships in Canada. So I know that from New York or Boston, it'll be an overnight, and then you're in Canada. And once you get off the ship in Halifax, you're good to go. And every stop after that, you're in Canada now, so you're good to go. I think that's how this is playing out up here. I'm not sure about whether they have a 72-hour limit for tests in Bermuda, and is it a 72-hour or less time frame to get from New York to Bermuda? Isn't it a? It's a two-night. It's a two-night sail, or is it a one-nighter? Not 100% sure on that. Brendan, what new ship are you most excited about or think will make the biggest waves in the market? Well, the one that's there's a couple of Odyssey of the Seas has been making positive waves, and then the new one, the Wonder of the Seas, just started servicing passengers. That is the latest Oasis class ship. Now, this ship was supposed to be going to China. It was supposed to be completely China-fied for the China market. And during COVID, everything changed, and it was North Americanized and Europeanized because it's going to now spend its time between Florida and Europe. No Oasis class ship going to China right now, so that much I know. Gabriel Thomas saying, Gabriel, Google Bermuda cruise ship travel authorization. Lots of things required apparently. Very interesting there. So things are still in flux over there. And I'm waiting to find out the final details of Cayman Islands. There was a lot of talk about what was going to happen for the Caymans, testing and requirements and all that sort of stuff. So more and more places are opening up for cruise ships. Each week goes by, each month goes by. More normalcy is slowly returning here and there. See how this all works out. Bermuda required a 2-day antigen test and a $40 travel authorization form to be filled with sending the test results and vaccine card to get approved. Must also be tested upon entering the ship. My goodness, that's still holding people back, I'm sure. Brittany Bruce, as far as I know, you have 62 thumbs up. That's awesome. Thank you, everybody. If you can, any of you out there can hit the old thumbs up button for us, please do. We really need to we want to reach 100 if at all possible today. So thank you, all of you. If you can hit that thumbs up button for us, that would be great. Looking forward to the new NCL ship, says Miss M. Brittany. Actually, in 69, you got 69 thumbs up. Thank you, everybody. And also, don't forget my poll question. There's a poll question waiting for you guys. We have 63 people have now answered the poll question. Between now and the end of this year, I will take just one cruise or more than one cruise. 54% have said I will take at least one cruise, whereas 46% are saying definitely taking more than one cruise before the end of 2022, buddy. This is only March, Bruce. Come on, man. I'm taking more than one cruise this year. You think I'm just going to take one cruise in 2022? You have another thing coming, mister. That is fantastic stuff. 46% of you are saying I'm taking more than one cruise this year. Beautiful stuff. 63 votes are in. Keep them coming, folks. 71 thumbs ups on tonight's show. 76 of you are here. You guys are great. Thank you so much for helping us out with these thumbs ups. Kimberly, my friends just went on the maiden voyage on that ship. Absolutely wonderful ship, they said. The Wonder of the Seas. Sharon, I love Bermuda, but I haven't been back since COVID. They are not equipped for an outbreak, so they're taking this virus very seriously. And that's exactly the Cayman Islands. Very seriously in the Cayman Islands. Brittany, I don't know if I will take a cruise, but I'm hoping to take a cruise. Ms. M, take care, everybody. We'll see you next week. There you have it. Yes, let's hope we can get some cruises in. Jen and I, we're kind of out of the cruise business for a while because of her hip thing. It's all now up in the air regarding openings and MRI, X-rays, timing, surgical openings, and all this stuff. There's just a ton of that, and we want to get her looked after as soon as possible. And then she'll be running down the halls of a cruise ship again. After listening to your Jennifer story, I change to only one cruise for you. Laughing out loud. There's only going to be one cruise for you guys. Well, we'll see what happens. I don't know, Jess, Sylvia. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today, this week, as always. It's always good to have you come by and spend a little time with us on the big show. viewers from around the world here on TWB. Praying everything goes well for her, and we're excited. We're actually not even nervous about it. We're actually looking forward to it. Yeah, excuse my non-cruise info. A ship ran aground yesterday in the Maryland portion of the Chesapeake Bay. A container ship from the same fleet as a ship that ran aground in the Suez Canal. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, isn't that crazy, Rocky? That's wild. It happens. It can happen. Yeah, we're not nervous about Jen going in for the surgery. We're actually looking forward to it as a major improvement in her lifestyle. We're very eager for this, and so if it takes a 2 year time frame with all of the prep and time and delays and wait lists, so be it. As long as we know when it is, we'll travel before and after, depending on how things go. We'll work it out. We can make it work. It's all good. The beauty of today's world is you can always get your hands on an electric scooter, and Jen loves those. We were in Phoenix at the Scottsdale Mall, and that's a big mall with long, long corridors. And we went to the customer service counter. We were asking about a wheelchair, and they said, "How would you like a scooter?" Oh, that'd be great. And so they gave her a four-wheel scooter with the chair, and the turning the handlebars and pushing the knob. She loved it, and it had a basket for her stuff. And oh, my daughter and Jen Jr. and Jen were gone for hours. They loved it. They were on their way. Anyway, Donnell, good night, Bruce and all. Have a good week, everybody. Donnell, you take care in Cork, Ireland. Holy moly, just checking out the Wonder of the Seas, a sweet class neighborhood. Gorgeous to look at. Isn't that a great ship, Kimberly? It's fantastic. Sharon, Donnell, good night to you. Thank you, everybody, for being here with me. Thank you for helping out with the thumbs ups. Thank you to the 64 of you already who have taken this poll question. 55% saying, I'm just going to do one cruise, Bruce. 45% saying more than one, more than one. We have 76 thumbs ups. Thank you guys for helping out with the 76 thumbs ups today. You were in Beverly Hills. You were in Scottsdale. That's the Beverly Hills of Arizona. Well, hell, just get her a scooter then, laughing out loud. Yeah, we can always get one of those, but we'll see what the doctor says. We'll take it just day by day. Starts Thursday, then we'll go from there. I'll let you know next week. Stay tuned next week for the update on how Jen is going to do on her hip replacement surgery, if and when that can take place. The story will continue, and we'll keep you posted on what our plans are when we know more. And of course, we'll be on the air from wherever we're at. We'll be on the air from the UK. We'll be on the air from Amsterdam. We'll be on the air from Switzerland, and join us for that. So that'll be kind of cool. Thank you all for being with me tonight. Stay well, everybody. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves, and we will talk to you next week on the sponsor member show, 7 o'clock for sponsor members of this channel, and 8 o'clock for the bake show right here with TWB. And I look forward to seeing you. Jen, cliffhanger for the week. What's going to happen to Jen next week? Stay tuned next week for the update on Jennifer's hip surgery updates. Have a great night, Sharon. You take care. See you guys. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.